It's in some dire need of rehabilitation. Who is that striker? Jermaine. Oh my lord, get that man some help.
25 points I've already dropped in the first half.
It was on for a 50 piece. Oh, on that boy, on that boy, on that boy. Hey, hey. Hit the quad.
Who doesn't work, we'll try here. Having blocks me, okay? And it's their ball. Oh wow, it was immaculate ball from Having. I get taken off and we're down 9, okay? It's the same as when I left. Oh, it's gonna go 3-3, you fucking cunts.
You can go to game 7. To a game 7. Actually, no, down 9 at halftime is nothing.
It would just be awful, man. What the fuck? We were down 15 to start off with, and I brought it down to down 9.
Let's go. I'm here to fucking win the league with Angers, mate.
27 in the first half. He's not starting Jay for the first quarter. For the third quarter. Oh no, he is, okay.
Come on, Dwight. Run.
Yeah, Fox, good defense.
Dwight McNeil has like 15 assists and I'm only halfway through the season. It's the most daring shit I've ever heard. He's not really giving us space here on the counter attack. No, ref. He fouled him on the touch, Lacroix. Smothered. You fuckers. You're down 13, Arif. Singapore.
Nice one, Lowry. Great shot, bro.
Jump shot by the 7-footer. Okay, my dad's home, so if I go, then that's why.
Round 15. Time out from the Cavs. Maybe take me off? Question mark. Nah, G, take me off. Fuck this shit, man. Have the hitting. Dirty. That was fucking dirty. I need to do that again.
Ooh, pump fake had him jumping. That was cool. I told you, when you grab the ball, pump fake a lot. It'll get them sometimes, and then you can just get a free drive.
We're down 11. Come on. You might have to stand for this. What? Fuck. Oh, what a read by Jay.
Oh.
That's Jordan. May Lowry, good. Down 9. Come on.
Ho ho ho. Big chance.
Oh, what finish.
Come on, Mohammed.
Nah, that little move was dirty. Wow.
Oh. The Curry slide, and then yeah, that was nice. The fake shot inside from Cho. He bulked over the season as well. He's looking wham.
Oh, great defense from Jay. cross that in, thank you. Shit. Neil, bro, what the hell?
I know, right? Play was actually clean.
What the fuck, man? Fuck this shit.
Oof, what's that, like 20? Oh no. No, okay, yeah.
We were up 1 when I left. We went down 15. I left the pool.
To be fair, it actually makes sense for you because you're the only good player on your team, so that actually does make sense.
I'm fucking one. Yeah. Yeah. We're down 16 now.
Oh, what was that, LaCroix?
That's not what I meant to do, you fucking dickhead. I was fucking trolling something.
Look, you've made it. You've done it good to get to this far. Like, look at your team. Like, actually.
And Pavan doesn't miss. He's like 82, 80. That's on my 82. Oh my god. Oh, oh no, they gave her a fuck. Oh, I read it. Nah, I'll be real, that camera angle fucked me differently. It like changed while I was moving to I'm just sitting in this fucking game. Fuck this shit.
You've done good to get this far, and just, you know.
I dropped 60! Fuck this game!
60 bomb. 60's crazy. Yeah, you're balling out.
Oh no, shit.
Very nice first half, lads. We dominated. Oh, ball.
Let's find out everyone else who's made it through. Okay, so 2 teams are confirmed. Wow, Clippers pulled it back!
It's 3-3. No way they complete the first ever. You know, that'd be the first time ever a team has come back from 3-0 down.
Mad.
Unless it's happened already in your career, but highly doubt that.
I don't know if it has. I doubt it has. Magic beat the Washington, what is that? I don't actually know.
Washington Wizards.
Is it?
Yep.
I don't know. Oh, this is gonna be a good game. So, wait, let's see this. So the number 2 lost to the number 6, and for me it might be a number 2 losing to the number 6 here as well.
Game 7.
I'm not gonna play it right now. Play it later. I'll have it on stream there.
Fair enough.
While we review the party. I'm tired of carrying this. Actually, no, not that. I'm having a good playoffs. 28.9 points. Fuck. Go. I'm going to go.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, in a bit. Just conceded the fucking first shot. Shit fucking easy, bro. Mecca. Mecca. Come. Let's walk back now. Where are you in your career with Braxton? What are you doing now? Where are you in your career with Braxton now? What are you doing?
I'm in round 1 of the season behind you.
And what happened last thing? You got injured.
Yeah, last one I won MVP, then got injured.
And this season you won MVP again. So back-to-back MVPs.
Yeah.
Was it your best MVP?
Yeah, because I was like, it was 22, I think 13 and 12. So, best numbers I've ever produced.
Fucking go. Woo. It's about fucking time. She like, baby, do you love me? I just want to know. Good shit. Goat scoring. Two youngins. Show and LaCroix sitting in a tree. Oh, I gave it both assists. Influential today. We're in this title race. Come on. 50 goals, halfway point. Could be on for 100. Citro's got another. Why did they take off? Okay, whatever.
Bluetooth mode. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Hey, right, bro. Have you got what? Have you got loud? Have you got loud? No, are you sure? Are you sure? I need weed, bro. I need weed. Are you sure you haven't got weed? No, I need weed. Give me weed. Can I have weed? I need weed. I need weed. Give me back up. You know, don't you want? Give me weed. Actually, this morning we are very sad. We woke up with a surprising news. One of our own Steven was shot dead with a knife.
On my right, my Chris, front setup.
Fuck, that was wordplay.
She put me in the friend zone, now I'm in the friend zone. You humble around me, it's a no flex zone. If you don't learn me, you said the friend zone. Raise while she's on the line, the check, I pull it headphone. The she can hold it, feels just loaded. Talking shit about my name, cause a virgin owns it. Do you need a hug? Why you calling me a mug? Trying to drag you from my name, I can show you about love. Nah, wait, be alert, till I'm 25. Go wait till my knee heals, I hope I'm alive. Call the brother Jimbo, go we need the pussy hide. I tell my mom I'm gonna settle soon, baby get some words. This is how it goes, I found a lady, she saw us the weddings. SST, that's the way I'm stepping. I ain't go where I see a jeans to show I'm better than him. If he disrespects bro, then we gotta get him. Go figure, he's probably smoking liquor. He's looking shiny, he's got his bars on the dipper. I just like to suck breast, was a big tipper. CMG with my edge and wrist and them slipper. If they don't work, my J's and the wizard can't fail. I'll never tell a man something, I think I'll tell his girl or always much. My man's at the sword, gave her titties, he's a bad beat, that's when he's hard.
Fuck, that was wordplay.
That's right, bro. It's meant to be the green ones, not the red ones, but you're still valid.
He just do east, I don't like emojis on cool please. Get from east, but he's kind of good teeth, I don't. He just do east, I don't like emojis on cool please. Get from east, but he's kind of good teeth, I don't.
Your uncle's niece is your sister, no? Fuck. Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying that. Same to a man. The one we were performing was when Jasmine picked him up.
Yeah, have you seen that picture of Lil Baby? On you, bro. I'm on you.
Mrs. Ackham.
You know what's so wild to me is that we joined the school in September, and already by October there was issues and drama. Because those messages LK sent, they were during October. Why did everyone move so fast?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been boys with dealers and that time, man. It doesn't seem real. Even Digger said it's not real, that. It doesn't feel real. Hold on.
Boy, oh boy. No fucking way.
beauty of having a game like this, obviously there is a shadow over the club at the moment. People are very aware of the issues at Chelsea, but the brilliance of having this is that we can actually now focus on the football. Chelsea playing in a final at Wembley. This is a dream. Chelsea and Liverpool have a brilliant rivalry, a rivalry that dates back to Mourinho, Benitez, the early 2000s.
Even before that, I remember not really liking Chelsea, but it got really spicy.
It got really heated.
With Rafa and them in it.
Rafa and Mourinho.
Luis Garcia.
Chance for Chelsea.
Loads of space.
Loads of space. Surely.
Yes.
Oh!
That's a great save.
That should have been a goal. Was that
Mount? It's Havertz, wasn't it?
Good header by Trent.
Was it Havertz?
Is it Havertz?
Yeah.
Great save, Keller.
Yeah, it's Havertz.
Number 10. They've got that determination and they've got that grit. Oh, it's a goal!
Oh, what a save!
You gotta score that there.
Mendy. Nah, bro.
It's amazing save.
That is
score that.
That is one of the.
You're meant to be a world class sport. You gotta score that in the final.
He's a world class goalkeeper, mate. One of the best in the world. No, yourself.
Can have a support.
It was a good
Wasn't it? Yeah.
You lift it up.
One thing I'd say though, there, Booby,
That is
your
a
favourite
world-class
phrase.
save.
It's a coin flip where that goes in.
No, if you're a world class forward, you
Watch
lift
this.
that.
Look, he's putting it in.
What a save!
He's hit it with full on.
It can be both. It can be both. It can be a world class save and a form.
But how does Mendy get that over the bar?
I know what you mean.
has no right-
It
can be both.
I think he would think he should score from that position, but equally you can't legislate for a save like that.
No.
He's done everything that he thought would rely.
And also with the pace he's put on it, you think any deflection of the
It's
keeper
into
goes
the
in.
net anyway, into the
Like
roof
he's
of the net
put some
anyway.
meat on to get it over the bar. Yo,
That was a spectacular
Those wrists.
save. That was a spectacular save.
Chelsea through.
Oh, he's missed the sitter.
How's he missed that?
Mason Mount's just missed a sitter.
Chelsea have been. There was a
Good
period of
chance
20
of
minutes at the
Chelsea.
start, the last 10 minutes.
We should be.
All had a
It was good move.
middle part of
It
the
was
half,
good
but
move.
Chelsea have been excellent.
Chelsea doing what they did to us in the Champions League final, just breaking on the counter.
So Chelsea got 20 minutes, then Liverpool got 20 minutes, and now Chelsea have come back into it.
I can't believe how well Chelsea have done in that first half. I really was so nervous about this game. Yeah, we had about 3 that we should have.
You guys have played it really well.
We've
I
seen
think
it.
Chelsea surprised me what a foothold they had in the game, and also the physicality. of
Chelsea in cup
great.
finals, man.
Chance for Chelsea.
Come on, please. Outfield.
Up.
Yes.
Oh, you've got to score. Romelu scores that as well.
Romelu's not there.
Romelu's, yeah, he's at the halfway line below
Romelu's
it.
not there. Go on. Please. Please. Oh!
Pulisic is just at the post, but
Mates about that. Don't let Mount.
Mason Mount's bang overrated.
Was he offside?
He was about to say bag average.
No, I think he was well onside, to be honest. Mason Mount.
Mason
How many chances?
Overrated.
Kelleher was absolutely, he was stuck to the spot there, wasn't he? Well onside there. That's a lovely move.
He has so much time. Look how much time he has.
It's like United just.
Oh, he's on his right foot as well.
Oh, wait,
How bad is this, boys? That's a red.
Absolutely took his balls out. That is bang out of order, mate.
I've seen it given.
That's castration.
I've seen it given.
If Rooney can get sent off for that against Carlisle,
Guilty of doing that.
That's
Send him off.
that's not a wreck.
Yeah,
they've both got their feet on the
The
ball.
Brentford lad, that was
Send Cater off.
He's gone for the ball though, hasn't
That's
he?
a red card. That's a red card, mate.
Both of them had
That's a red card.
You're just talking shit.
I'm not though. It's a red card, bro.
I don't think it should be in
It's
this.
basically
in
stuck
modern
in his
game.
cup.
In the modern game, it's a red.
So it's a red
in the modern
card.
game. That's all we're
Booby,
saying.
you've just said you hate the modern game.
Yeah, I don't want to do a red card. That old-fashioned game,
No,
bro.
it's not. You said that yesterday.
Not in
Brentford,
not in
the
Brentford
Brentford sending off wasn't the red.
Is he
No,
hit high?
I don't want it to be red either.
That's a red
But it will be in the modern game. All right, okay.
But do you think he's going to go
They were
for
doing modern
there's a
game.
good
That's a
chance he'll
red
get sent
card, bro.
Do you think he's sent off then?
Look, if they review it, I don't know how they review
Why
it.
isn't it a red card?
Because the two of them are going for the ball there, and it's clear that they're both just carrying
No,
on.
why? Okay, but regardless of that, he's missed the ball and he's taken his cock out.
I don't think he has taken his back.
He did.
He's landed in a very difficult place, but I don't think he's taken his
But
cock.
the evidence is there.
I love the fact his girlfriend sat at home right now going, oh my god.
Oh,
Please
fair enough,
still have a
thank
dick.
God. I'll never do that again.
I'm not gonna take a headache the night.
Yeah, cut the nights off. Thank
Oh
God.
god.
That's a red
Honestly,
card.
she's got a home at the drill bit.
I see the case for a red card from that. I still think that because those two are both that was at speed, that one. I don't think that there's I think you could argue either of them are reckless in that case.
Oh, that don't make a difference. He's going to shoot from here.
He's on.
He's onside. It's Mo Salah, of all people. He's chipped in and it's wide.
Yes. So
It was going wide and it's clear before it even
Do you think
doesn't
that's
go
going wide?
It was going wide. Yeah.
Trent.
Oh no, Liverpool! 1-0 Liverpool. Matip
Joel Matip takes it in. That is ridiculous.
on the goal line basically. Like he just had to stick his nose.
Joel Matip just bundled it in.
Yeah.
He's been a hero for Liverpool more recently. That goal he scored the other day was fantastic.
I like the movement of that new signing, Luis Diaz.
Diaz, yeah.
He's got such quick feet.
Yeah, you know what he does? He like puts the ball out where it looks like you can reach it, and then he goes, "See ya."
He's so frustrating when you play against.
He's like a boxer.
Bro, it's like playing you. You think you've won it, and then
You know what I do? I'd now be KT.
He plays with
probably wasn't
the illusion of that. Great header, by the way. Who was that? Who headed it back in the goal?
Cato,
Was that Kate? What ball, by the way?
shouldn't be on the pitch. Shouldn't be on the pitch.
Is that Marnie? It's Marnie, yeah.
Yeah, it's Mane.
What a great assist from Marnie. That was brilliant.
It's worrying for Chelsea, isn't it? It's another cup final loss. I'm not in a fancy kind of way.
Also,
It's been a few years.
another. We've won.
It's been a few years.
It's going to be on. It's going to be on.
What for?
Van Dijk is holding.
But he's also offside.
Could be right. If the suggestion.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
I think it's soft. I don't
but
think.
he's
I think
impacting.
you've got to chalk it off for that. Though.
I really hope, but I don't think it will be. I think if Reece James goes down,
I reckon that's ruled no goal. He's going to say no goal. There you go. It's allowed. Yeah. There you go.
You're still in it, Rory.
You know what? That's margins.
that's
insane.
That's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous decision. Look, there's a good example of why I think VAR is ridiculous. It's cost my. Do you think?
Reece James can challenge Mane for that ball without that foul, or without that holding from an offside player.
Yeah.
So it's an unfair advantage from an offside.
Do you know if Ricardo Carvalho was a footballer today, he wouldn't be a footballer because that was his
all the time.
That was every
That was
single,
his game.
That was his game.
If he was a footballer now, he would be.
The point wasn't Virgil van Dijk fouled it was he was offside and prevented Reece James from getting to the ball. It was an unfair advantage from an offside player.
It was a slight. It's soft, mate.
No, but just.
Look, I listen to you. I listen to you, and I still disagree.
It's not an offside player holding one of the defenders.
Wake up!
It's an unfair advantage, bro.
There's a warning there. Chelsea now need to take. Look, we played so well this game. We nearly blew it there. There was a warning now. Wake up! Go on.
If Newcastle.
That's Chelsea advantage to me. But wait, I don't think Werner was off, you know. I'm not 100%
scored a header.
It's a shambles. This.
I think Lukaku was off, but Lukaku stopped.
No one knows who's offside when. It's shambles.
No one
Sorry,
knows
Rory.
the call. Rory.
I was just imagining Newcastle in the cup and then this happened.
Wait.
So,
Diaz loses it actually.
that is terrible from Diaz.
Oh, yeah,
he's offside. Miles off. Right.
See, I thought Lukaku was off.
By the way, great ball from the.
Yeah, left foot first
It was a
time,
good
yeah.
ball.
You shouldn't be allowed to celebrate. You should. Do you know what I mean? You shouldn't be allowed to celebrate. You shouldn't be getting to the point where half the stadium is celebrating and jump up and down.
Bro, that was
Just flag it offside. It's 5 yards offside. Just do it.
I wonder what I'll do if
why
Newcastle.
you're literally moaning for no reason.
If Newcastle are in the final.
How is it ruining
How do you?
It's ruined it for
Let's
me.
live the fantasy. Let's live the fantasy.
That's how football was before.
Newcastle United
was not like that.
You look across the flag.
The flag goes like that. No, that's what happened. The linesmen are being told to wait even longer because of VAR. Bro, you've got no memory of football then. You've got no memory.
Bro, I was watching games then, and you weren't.
Yeah, I was you're 10 years older than me. Great.
Outside.
The linesman, the point of the game before VAR. Oh, yeah, bro.
How many times you used to look across at the linesman as soon as the ball goes in? Oh, he's flag it up. Celebrate, bro. That happened.
It's fine. It's happening more because of VAR. That's a fair point.
But then,
Chance for Liverpool. Diaz. And ball. Save. Saved again. Oh!
God.
I looked at the keeper saved it and me and Boo went,
Oh!
This is horrible.
One time you've got to flag each other up.
Horrible. This is so painful, man.
But you're still in it. It's 0-0. 85 minutes
I'll
gone.
be honest.
Oh! Van Dijk works the keeper.
Handball.
What a game from the Chelsea keeper. Yeah. Transfer Lukaku.
Goals.
Oh!
That's actually an amazing tackle. Oh, he's offside. Isn't he?
Handball!
Offside.
That's a shame, isn't it?
No fucking way.
Werner just tried to float onto the back post. Rory didn't even flinch.
Let's use Erling Haaland as an example. I think
It's Lukaku. Turns him.
Oh, come on.
He's got to score!
Wow! Offside.
Oh my God.
I'm not doing that again.
What a great strike though from Lukaku. And I thought he really Canate
Good for
inside
his
out.
confidence, lads.
Great for his confidence.
See the positives, Rory. Good for his confidence.
He's
This man.
Oh.
And he's onside.
He did look hard.
Van Dijk's playing him on.
That's what I was exactly.
Van Dijk's playing
I
him on.
reckon he might be on there.
I tell you what, right? I give credit to Lukaku because he held that fucking run for about a week. He held that run as long as
This
he
is
could.
onside.
That's onside.
This is onside. This is a goal.
Yeah.
I reckon that's a goal.
Well, you can see the line there,
That is a
and Van
fucking goal.
Dijk's foot is past the line.
You've just got to look at the line of the goal.
Are you talking about his arm?
That's not.
Are you joking?
It can't be the arm.
You can't disagree.
You can't score a goal with your arm, and therefore you can't.
This is absolute insanity. We're talking about a player whose foot was behind the other guy, and yet because his arm is running, because he's pointing the way he wants the ball, it's been given offside.
The thing is, you can't score with your arm. It means you can't be offside with
That's
your arm.
not offside.
This is insane.
You can score with your shoulder. That's what he said.
But you
Are
can't.
you joking?
Mate, you know I hate VAR.
Don't shoot the message.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
You can't score with the foot with your arm. His arm is technically over the line, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Terrible. That's absolutely.
Tell me VAR's not ruining football.
Oh, wait. Chelsea?
Offside.
Oh my God!
He said he weren't celebrating.
It's going to do a compilation, isn't it?
Bro, I know
How
it's,
many offside goals has happened today?
I know it's mad.
Is
I know
this
it's
fault?
mad, but Rory, didn't we discuss this yesterday? You and I were saying Liverpool play offside traps,
Yeah.
and it happens a lot. But let's see.
Oh my God!
He is off. He's off.
But to be fair, the Lukaku one, he wasn't off. You said you could write what?
I could write a book called Getting Off in London. And what you would do,
All the brass houses, that's it. It's been rolled in there.
By the way, while Rory's talking about a fictional book that doesn't fucking exist, it's now penalty.
the book will tell
Ironically,
you.
I could write a similar book.
Yeah.
This is a long run-up from Jimmy Milner. Step. Ooh, good.
Side no shade. A very decent penalty.
Side.
Celebrates with the Liverpool fans at that end.
Oh! I thought he had he should have had that there.
Oh, this is bad. Bad for you.
That's a liberty. That's a liberty.
Mate, in a final.
Can you describe what just happened there?
So
I've got
Fabinho just stepped up and Booby said twice, "This looks bad. I've got a feeling here."
Chelsea, I mean.
Right.
Oh, right.
Oh,
And then
God.
he literally palented it right in the middle of the net.
God.
Here's one that
Rory's doing his thing. This is going to be on his mouth.
Curse in a minute.
Yeah. Watch your heads, lads.
Defo coming through this window.
Oh no. It's
No, he's
Romelu,
still at it. Look,
Lukaku.
There you go. See,
Ooh, cool as you like that. I like that. Cool
you
as
see
you like.
Lukaku telling Kepa to relax. Just relax, Kepa. You've got this.
Right,
Well,
why does it happen to
He's
you
left a
again?
big gap. Oh, what a penalty that is. That is a shocking effort from the keeper because
He was there.
so the keeper deliberately left a big gap, moved to one side. Virgil, thinking he's going to bluff him, goes to that side, and yet the keeper didn't move and he still didn't get it.
Kai Havertz is a great striker.
I'm calm here. I'm very calm. This is it. No drama. No drama.
Oh, wow. That is brilliant.
He's a young lad as well doing that.
That's his thing.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Maybe it's a thing for
I'm
him.
nervous, Rory. Weirdly, I didn't.
Trent's a good striker of the ball, but obviously this is a different scenario. A lot of pressure on the young shoulders.
That's a great penalty.
That is unfair.
The calibre of penalties so far have been brilliant.
Oh, it's been perfect, pretty much. Rich James misses. I'm going to say it. Ball's on the line. He's going to miss it. Oh, I was close. I was close. It was good penalty, but the keeper really got in the area.
Reece James shushing the Liverpool fans there.
Yeah, I
It was
like
a half-hearted shush though, that was. It was like,
Is it like
don't throw anything at me.
Kepa versus Salah versus Kepa.
Salah's the one that he should have been studying.
Oh, wow.
Studying all your life.
Study that bit.
Look at that. What I love is the casual smile as he walks away, as Liverpool basically.
Like, do you see my dick pic the other day?
It'll be over after five.
Jorginho versus
Here we go.
Gallagher. Here we go.
Final penalty,
Specialist. There you go.
potentially.
Very
Oh,
nice.
what a knock.
You know what it is, yeah?
Fifth penalty.
Is it me
does
or the
that.
team are everyone's just better? Like, you see a lot of these penalty shootouts now, don't you?
It's Jota to step up for Liverpool.
Oh, mate.
It was right there.
Double
Right
club.
down the middle. Wasn't a good penalty that. That's
No,
the worst,
that could be said.
that was the worst penalty so far. It was very savable that.
Like Rory said, decent.
Yeah. Like,
He'll go out for an angle.
very straight on.
There you go.
Beautiful, beautiful Rudiger.
now.
He didn't care. He's
I hate something. This is horrible.
Divock Origi steps up.
Oh, that moves from the keeper.
That's a penalty.
Another one right down
Another
the middle.
savable penalty.
He saw that, but the keeper went very early there, didn't he? Kante's always got a very neutral look on his
Bit of
face.
grass
so
on
you
his
can't
head?
tell. Worried a bit here. Oh, lovely penalty actually.
It doesn't matter if you lose now, you know.
It matters.
Nah, because it's like it's going on too long now.
Robertson looks stressed out here, but he's put it in the bottom corner and he celebrates. If Timo Werner misses, that's it. That's it. It's over. It's over. Yeah.
Oh! Kelleher should have said that.
You got lucky there.
He didn't even celebrate. You're like, fucking hell.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that was so close.
No, genuinely, he just let off it.
He literally ran away as fast as he could from the penalty.
Thank God that was over. I hope it don't come round again.
Harvey Elliott coming down the pitch now. Oh, that's actually.
He's going too early, isn't he?
Yeah, I've thought this over a few of them.
He's not. He's got to be Guy. Who? Elliot. Harvey Elliott. How old is he?
Booby, as much as you hate him.
How old is he?
18. He's 18. Thiago Silva, by the way, is now walking down the pitch.
There you go. Told you. He didn't even be asked then. Kelleher just went, alright, you're going to score, is that? Kepler's just going to
Once the last two takers, by the way, before.
The keepers.
I think the keeper's a bit poor so far. 100%.
The keepers are after these.
The keepers are going to decide it. Many keepers are going to take.
I like that. Hands on the hips. Ooh. Hello.
Oh, that's two.
Ow!
And that was really erratic, wasn't it?
Really erratic what he just did there, but I loved it. The goalkeeper got a hand to it, and that's
Kepa needs to say, but they're the ones. They're the ones.
Well, Kelleher literally on his perfect saving height.
Kepler's going to be.
His thought process was definitely.
Yeah.
He went low. He needs to go up.
I like that though. But he had hands on his hips, looking like he couldn't be asked, and he just sprinted all.
100 miles.
Yeah, it was mad that.
Yeah, it doesn't give the keeper much time to think.
Yeah. Yes.
Keepers.
The keepers.
And then it goes back around. Timo
got it. Look off. He's thinking, what?
Allison, like his older brother, on the side of the pitch. Just
Looks like one of them young teachers that sounded everyone.
Go on, Ronan Keaton. Oh.
Yeah!
There's a roller coaster.
You just gotta ride it. Look at that. I love that. Look at the Liverpool players. We're so happy for him. He's a young goalkeeper.
Bloody good strike, to be fair. It was better than half of the fucking penalties.
They basically went to go and do a goal kick into the net.
Yeah.
This is poetry.
Yeah, when you say it like that, it seems pretty easy.
Yeah, you bring him on to win it for you.
Yeah.
He misses the extra penalty.
Yeah.
Mendy's
I
fury.
do love that. He's been brought on to save us in the penalty shootouts, and he misses the penalty. Oh,
He'll shit himself.
so good. I'm sorry, Rory, but that is too funny, son. That is hilarious. You got brought on to save them in the penalty shoot, and you fucking misses the penalty.
Our first piece of silverware of the season. For anyone who wants to talk about weighting trophies or whatever it is, how much do you spend?
He didn't just miss it. He hit it and roll fucking Z, son. He goal kicked it.
You know, it's good. A Liverpool fan gets the match ball.
Yeah.
That is like, you're literally waiting for that. Go on.
He didn't save a single. This is what I'm talking about. This guy comes on. He doesn't win a He doesn't save a single penalty, and he misses the crucial penalty. And they try to pull a Tim Krul, a Louis van Gaal, and this guy fucks it. Shocking.
You know what? Liverpool will be really happy about that because there are elements of. I imagine there are a lot of the fan base that will think we got away with that today.
I think this is bad news, genuinely, for Man City. I do honestly. I think that Liverpool winning this, it whets your appetite, it invigorates.
Confidence through the roof now.
Confidence through the roof, and they'll now say, okay, this was good, but you know what can happen if we get it right.
get scared. I get scared. Where you go? Where you go? Hey, pop. And grab you up your head. Right, so you shot. Badly.
Call you weird if you want to be a cameraman. You come outside with a brand new camera like that, shit that costs 15K, somebody gift you to just better your life. Come on your block. Oh, I got a new camera. Weird ass keep recording and damn, bro, I'm trying to chase my dreams. I'm trying to become something. All I did was ever sell coke and weed, bro. I'm trying to learn how to handle a camera,
and get some real money,
production, anything.
Shouted me. I was like, oh, he was on the list for A1 and J1 music shoot. Like, they did another one.
Oh, it's okay. Fuck.
That was so crazy. She's the one that acts up. I'll say it how it is, I can't lie.
In my head, you know when people like try and bump those black taxis and like they put their hand out the door and like unlock it and jump out? I feel like that tried to happen, but then the taxi man clocked on and then locked them in, and then he's decided, oh no, let me just kill this guy. But that's so horrible.
I'm nice to her, she's nice to me. But sometimes when I'm nice to her, she just gives me screwed.
I wanna see you do better. All black, then you see me in a ghost. Make it back.
Can't see it.
LBS has just been set. So I mean,
it's sad.
We can do two as well.
Are you happy about the? Do you feel justified after a lot of criticism of Bielsa? I've seen Chris MD memed you on Twitter. Did you see that?
Do you know
on the Twitter? Sorry.
No, I'm aware of it as of today, but no, I missed it. I missed it at the time because I find Twitter fairly
banal.
Yeah, it's worth avoiding at the best of times.
I actually thought Leeds fans might disagree when you're watching those goals going, but Leeds kind of gave up on what they were believing in over the last 4 years.
But I don't think
I don't
fans
see. I think they could have rescued this.
A lot of Leeds fans on social have backed Bielsa.
Leeds fans are furious.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like the decision that they've made goes against.
Yes.
What they've been believing in over the last 4 years.
You can't sack Leeds United as a board. Radratsani can't sack Marcelo Bielsa with impunity. That can't happen. Leeds fans will be livid. Leeds fans will back Bielsa. Leeds fans will be really upset. But the ambitions of Radratsani, the link that they've got to the San Francisco 49ers and all that, they need to be a Premier League team.
You were looking at a team that still believed in the manager, though. I heard that he's a Scouse lad that plays for them. He come out after the game the other day and he was like, you're talking about the manager. We still firmly believe in this guy.
Yeah, but they've conceded 20 goals in 20 goals in 4
games. Look who they've replaced him with.
They're going down 20.
Look who they've replaced him with.
But this is the question on the table.
Yeah,
do the extenuating circumstances of huge players being injured for them in Phillips Bamford, in them not investing in the squad as much as probably they needed to, does that not cut a little bit of slack for Bielsa where key players are missing, for example?
I'll admit, I think that Bielsa is also a manager who looks at his own situation and goes, how much further can I take this team? Is it time that I move on? And I wonder how much.
Do you know what the best scenario would have been? Back him, but there's a huge fear here. But the ideal scenario would have been persevere with Bielsa. Bielsa keeps them up. He leaves on his own terms as a legend.
I say they have more chance of staying up with Bielsa than this new fella.
I disagree. I disagree. They've conceded, lads. They've conceded 20 goals in 4 games. They've conceded 16 goals in 3 defeats.
People praised them for last year, and it was like we used to laugh at it at times and go, "Hold on, why are people praising this?" But it's the same people that have gone from praising this fella for sticking to his guns last year are now going, "Hold on."
His legacy is destroyed. If they get relegated, they've gone up. They
finished ninth. They finished ninth last year. That's why they got praised. They finished ninth. They are
doing what they're doing now,
persevering with the ease at which Manchester United beat them. Manchester United actually beat them twice on the same day. They beat them, they let them back in, they beat them again. Tottenham scoring goals for fun.
Yeah, it's too easy.
It's too easy. It's too easy.
I also think some level, these guys earned the opportunity to see it back. And you also had, I think, a lot of pressure came from outside of the club, in like pundits saying, "Oh, you've got to surely sack him now, and you've got to do this and that." These were the same guys that were praising him when they were taking Dickens like
But it's Radratsani rolling the dice, isn't it? He's saying the trajectory that we're on, we're going down. If you think that Bielsa's the right man to change the trajectory, then they should have persevered. But the trajectory that they were on under Bielsa was going to see them become a championship team. Radratsani, because of what's going on with the Americans and whatever else, is looking at it going, it took us a decade and a half to get back to the Premier League. We can't drop out.
But you've got a man that doesn't know the Premier League. Why is there at least under Bielsa? Like, I felt with that. Now, someone might chuck out results at me and say you're wrong, but I feel at least against those around them, Leeds are probably favourites in most games.
Yeah, you're right.
Against them, I know those teams around them. It was the big boys they're getting spanked against, and that's because they don't shut up shop. They don't put their defenders back and all these kind of things. That's naive. I totally agree with that. The manager has to almost change that or alter that. But they got praised for sticking to their guns last year, and now he's got sacked.
They got praised. People are very shallow.
I still think he could have saved them.
People were praising them because they were ninth. That's all it is. They were playing with principle, but people backed the principle because it was working.
It's more interesting.
I didn't back the principle. I didn't back the principle. I thought the principle was nonsense, and that's why I got so much stick from Leeds fans. I thought it was ridiculous. But I thought it was ridiculous last year. I also think it's ridiculous this year, and that's why I think he should probably be sacked.
Bielsa's manager should be able to say, "I'm going to put 5 midfield, keep it because tight." His ego's bigger than actually being pragmatic and keeping Leeds in the Premier League.
That's the word I was just about to say. A manager's responsibility is pragmatism. If something isn't working, you have to roll with the punches. And when you are so easy to score goals against, you've got to go 5 at the back with 2 holding midfielders. You've got to do something else.
If Calvin Phillips is injured, it's your responsibility as a manager. And this is Bielsa's not being held accountable because football fans love this kind of philosophy to Bielsa. There's a reason Bielsa's never won a league as a manager in any capacity, and he keeps moving from club to club. Great philosophy, great football on his day.
if he gets Leeds relegated, his legacy there is completely tarnished.
Well, it isn't though.
It is tarnished because you got to keep Leeds. Got to be in the Premier League every season. They're a massive club,
but it's not tarnished.
They're back to step one.
You invest in the whole thing.
Their fans would disagree with you, but I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you because I think that you're onto something.
I'm not speaking for Leeds fans. I know they love it. I'm not saying
Leeds fans would not say that his tarnish, that his legacy is tarnished. Leeds fans would say bring him up.
The word tarnished though doesn't mean it's completely ruined. I guess does it?
No, to me it means
it's slightly bitten.
Leeds United should be playing Luton Town on a Wednesday night. They shouldn't be. They should be in the Premier League playing.
But the fact is, with the squad that they have, and without Bielsa, they probably are, bro.
Yeah.
Like they probably are still playing Luton and them, man. You know what I mean? Without Bielsa,
yeah, he's done it.
Surely he's achieved because Jesse Marsh ain't keeping you up.
I don't understand. Bielsa is the best manager that they've had since Howard Wilkinson, but that's because they've been getting it so wrong so often, not because of anything else. It's just because
I don't know the ins and outs as well as financially and all that, but surely they should have maybe backed him a little bit more. Because you look at the squad, 1 or 2 injuries.
But he bought Dan James for that money, mate.
30 million is ridiculous. Yeah.
He bought 30. He bought Dan. That was his player, isn't it?
Although I've got to admit, again, he played Bielsa away. I think he's a manager. There was some signings he wouldn't want to make because it doesn't fit his philosophy. His ego is way too big.
It's not an ego, bro. That's not an ego.
That's not the biggest egos in the game.
What do you mean? Is an ego?
Of course he does.
It's not. How do you know?
It's an ego.
Having people that fulfill what you want them to feel is the right thing. Otherwise, you're going to get players, and then 2 months later, those players don't want to be there.
He's got a big ego, and
his ego and his principle stands in the way of pragmatism and securing Premier League.
You say that, but I think using the word ego and the way that you're phrasing it misleads what's actually going on at that club, because there's the other aspect of Jurgen Klopp's got an ego. Pep Guardiola's
You can have an ego when you've got the European Cup. You can't have an ego when you've conceded 20 goals in 3 games.
I understand where you're coming from, but there's other elements and reasons why you can have an ego. Just winning silverware is one of those reasons, but imbuing some of that kind of the ideas that he has, and bear in mind, the guy who runs your club praises him in every press conference.
Yeah, and he deserves an ego last season when he got Leeds, a massive club, back into the Premier League, and they finished 9th, playing some brilliant football. If you want a relegation fight with one of the biggest clubs in the country, you got to drop the ego and play a tight defensive game of football.
It's not an ego.
It's a football ego. I don't know the guy's personality. I don't know his personality. He's got a football ego. He's got a massive football ego.
What he's like. I think that's a mischaracterization.
I know what he's like. You hear him in interviews. He's got this arrogance.
You don't hear him in interviews because you don't speak English.
You see him in interviews. You see him on the touchline. Of course, he's got an arrogance. All football managers deserve it because he's done incredible things.
But you use it as like it's a bad thing, bro.
It's currently a bad thing.
You're basically saying he should sign
He's getting Leeds relegated, bro. It is a bad thing at the moment for Leeds.
No one's saying his commitment to his principle, and I think the commitment is shaded in ego. The reason he's so committed is because it's his beliefs, and he will not flinch from them. And there is something to say about that. But his ego or his principle, or whatever we want to call it, is partially responsible for the situation that
but it's also responsible for where they are. They're in the Premier League because of him.
Okay, great.
They don't be in the Premier League.
But they won't be.
With a team that.
But they won't be if they carry on with this.
Exactly, it's history. It doesn't matter if you're playing Luton Town next season. It doesn't matter if you've gone up.
What he's basically said is, this is what I'm arguing against.
So personally,
can I just make the point to what he was on? He was basically saying he should sign players that don't fit with his profile or his philosophy. Just because, like,
no,
why should he do that?
I wasn't saying that. All I was saying, to be fair, was that the Dan James signing was a signing that's not
awful signing.
Exactly. And I think he's not been versatile in the transfer market. That's a fair thing.
I get that, but it's a fair criticism. But you do wonder also if Daniel James would fit in with a Patrick Bamford or something like that. There's other reasons. Things aren't always going to go to plan. Outside of that, Leeds also make a decision when they get Bielsa and they know what comes with Bielsa. So let's not act like those guys are walking into this blind and thinking.
No, but they have backed him. They've backed him for a long time. It's his longest ever job.
Yes, absolutely, but it doesn't mean that he's getting the backing that maybe he needs to stay in the Premier League. So there are swings and roundabouts. Just to finish it, and I get what you're saying, Boovie. You're not necessarily criticising in the terrible way we've reacted, but the point is, does he stay? Do they stay in the Premier League with him? Do they not stay in the Premier League? Do they stay in the Premier League without?
They don't stay with him.
Which one are they more likely to remain in the league with him or without?
With. I agree. With. But my point is, if it's a bad season for Leeds, he should be aiming for 15th. It shouldn't be as bad as it is.
I think they're better off. I think with him they were going down. Their record of late will tell you that they're going down.
Okay.
Now who?
Not when your boy Everton beats them 2-0.
Well, you've got to remember that Frank Lampard's Everton beat this Leeds team 3-0 the other day.
Those teams have also, both those teams below Leeds at the moment. Sadly for them, they've got 2 games in hand. I think we nationalise it. I think we make it a cheap football ground for Londoners, because it's hard in London, isn't it? And we nationalise it, make it £2.50 tickets. Fucking hell. No, seriously. I think we nationalise Chelsea. What good do they do?
Sponsored by the NHS.
Yeah, give it to the NHS. Let nurses and all that play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
To be fair, there's probably a better look up front at the moment.
Go on. Knock it in. Go on, Shells. Oh, you.
Is that a natty target, mate? Big foul.
Three strikers: Aguero, Shearer, Rooney. Who was best in their prime? People are going to immediately think I'm going to go Shearer, but I mean, it's one of them though as well. I think this is a lot harder than the last one, because to me, there's a lot more blemishes on the records of the other guys, where Hazard had went through spells, Bale had went through spells of poor form, and Neymar at PSG had dropped off. Mo Salah, before he'd come back to the Premier League, not necessarily had a career that you'd have expected from. He had. There was so much to debate there, which is why me and Adam can disagree all day. Whereas Aguero, Shearer, and Rooney, it's like a real pick your poison. Like they're all great.
They're all amazing, and annoyingly they're all better than each other at various
different things. Yeah.
So like in terms of leading the line back to goal striker, I mean Alan Shearer was just phenomenal at that. In terms of just getting the ball in the back of the net, making sure that the ball ends up in the back of the net by hook or by crook.
Is there anyone here who disagrees that Shearer was the best out-and-out goal scorer? Because their goal-scoring records are comparable.
People would say, I think a lot of people would make a case for Aguero.
I think that's fair.
I wouldn't. I would say, in terms of getting the ball in the back of the net, Shearer. But in terms of the all-round player, I just think the answer is Wayne Rooney. Like, that would be my. And also, this is weird because I haven't mentioned Sergio Aguero, but I would like the record to state that I think he's phenomenal.
Do you think Aguero's kind of like that halfway point between the style, like in terms of like Rooney was more of the best footballer, maybe Shearer's the best goal scorer, and Aguero was somewhere in the middle? Or
Rooney's peak was he was one of the best players I've ever seen in my life, and I think Aguero was more of a 9 out of 10 consistently, and Aguero is more just a polished world-class striker consistently. But what I saw from Wayne Rooney, we talk about 2004, talk about 2009. He was unbelievable. I think for periods he was the best player in the whole world. I Aguero I can't justifiably say Aguero's the best player in the whole world.
Wayne Rooney would have won a Ballon d'Or if the standard wasn't so high from other players. Wayne Rooney probably, you know the way Luka Modric got a cumulative Ballon d'Or. Wayne Rooney probably deserved it.
Rooney deserves something.
Hmm?
It was me.
Come again?
My bad. Didn't mean to alarm you.
Yeah, he did come up like that, so.
What's it called? In case you didn't know, Mum's ordering pizza for us for dinner.
Yay. Why can't Dad do that?
Dunno.
Did you ask
They were on
Dad?
the phone, and then he finished the call, asked Dad what we having for dinner, then he said pizza, Mum's ordered some pizza.
Oh, she's gonna order that place that she always orders from.
It's nice that I like their pizzas.
It's alright. It's not Domino's or Papa John's level, but it does the job.
It's better than just like getting some normal pizza. But like still from a random place. You know what I mean?
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, wow, wow.
Bye.
Like that. He was what you was.
Yeah.
Whereas as much as highly as I rate Shearer, and in terms
I think
if
Shearer
think
should have
of
had a
goal
Ballon d'Or,
form,
just to be clear, but only one. I would.
He comes second or third.
Yeah, he did, but he was right behind R9 Ronaldo that year.
Yes.
But equally, goals per game wise, he was right there with Ronaldo. He was the Golden Boot winner in '96. But Shearer's at such a huge disadvantage in a debate like this because of who he played for, and also the massive career-ending injuries that really, to recover from two of those, it was quite something. And he adapted his game. He aged quite well, Shearer, by comparison to Rooney, but he didn't have the players around him to get away with it the way Rooney did, I think.
Do you know, I think there's a little bit generous to factor in his injury record.
Oh no, we're talking about their prime.
Yeah, because
if we're talking about their prime, Alan Shearer's prime was probably end of Blackburn, beginning of Newcastle. Yeah. If you put the ball in the box, he's scoring. Yeah, and I think if I was going to be like biased, but also be truthful, actually. If you said you've got to bet your life on one of these guys sticking the ball in the back of the net in their prime, I would genuinely say Alan Shearer.
No, but that's true.
But if we're talking about
he was the best. He was the best natural finisher.
I can't compare Alan Shearer's entire career to Wayne Rooney's because the level of trophies he won in that team, and that's where things get skewed. That's why the Neymar debate is skewed. It's because we're talking about them surrounded by world-class players, and with Shearer, I can't do that.
Alan Shearer
if Alan Shearer had David Beckham crossing the ball in, the numbers we're talking now with Keith Gillespie,
Yeah,
crossing the ball.
I mean, yeah, and he knocked him out.
You did have the chance.
Yeah, and he knocked him out.
Yeah.
So it's awkward anyway. Yeah. No,
Twice.
Yeah. He beat him
Aguero,
up, so-
Aguero does have the best minutes to goal ratio in Premier League history.
Yeah.
And the range of goals he scored for someone his height is unbelievable. The issue with all three players, actually, you could argue all three weren't very good in finals. Shearer didn't get to many finals. No offence.
He wasn't good in finals. Didn't go.
Aguero got to Champions League final way past his prime, was a substitute, and Wayne Rooney
scored in the Champions League final.
Yeah, but you could argue he didn't.
And he helped us win one.
No, but you can't justifiably say he dominated Champions League
No, but he
finals
didn't
like Messi
dominate,
did or
but
Ronaldo.
He
helped us win.
scored in Barcelona.
Scoring in the
Wembley.
Champions League.
You know,
Against Chelsea.
Against
Chelsea.
Yeah,
That was a consolation
Did
goal.
dominate.
That was
Did
On the
dominate.
left-hand side,
Did dominate. Played well.
defensive job. That's why he didn't
Did
win.
dominate. Played well.
You've got to open your mind to the fact for someone who's that good. There were finals he didn't perform in. That's the only criticism against him. That's not for me.
But the Champions League finals he did, and I think
He did. It was
I came in with a
consolation
lot of stats ready here because I thought everyone was going to go elsewhere, innit? But when you look at Wayne Rooney, I haven't really got stats on the league titles and that because it's obvious. But when you, in terms of scoring away from home in the Premier League the most, in terms of being someone, he's the only player that's got over 200 goals and 100 assists in the Premier League.
Also, you don't need to do that.
Which is mad.
You're better.
Which is
You're
mad.
better than
No,
this.
but what that
You are
shows,
better
no,
than
what
this,
that
mate.
shows
Because
is
I'm gonna start saying
not only does he
Aguero's
score goals,
turned up with
not only does he score goals,
I'm getting my
not only does he score
Aguero
goals, he makes goals. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not just a goal scorer.
No,
He
that's the
creates
thing,
goals.
he's not an out-and-out
There was a
striker.
part of his career where he would sacrifice himself for Rooney, Ronaldo and Tevez,
Ronaldo, yeah.
or Ruud van Nistelrooy at certain
I think
point.
we all agree with you
I think
there.
even in Europe, like he did it as well.
We all agree with you.
I also think that
The highest scoring Champions League Englishman.
if you look at virtually any of the players that he played up front with for Manchester United, every player that played up front with him had their best form for United with him.
Yeah.
As in terms of being a complementary player, he's excellent for that as well.
Say Aguero was better.
Okay.
I got a stat for it.
I've set Adam up for a start. So,
ready for the assist.
So-
Brian's running down the wing. He's about to
I'll cross it in.
Wayne Rooney. He did
in
shit
terms
in
of
though.
Shearer, the one thing I guess I could say to make the point of him again as a goal scorer rather than an overall footballer, because I do accept the way Rooney was as a footballer at times was insane. Shearer only started his Premier League career at 21, 22 years old because the Premier League didn't exist. So he had Wayne Rooney had a 5-year head start on Alan Shearer. Wayne Rooney spent the majority of those extra years and all of the years in his Premier League fighting for titles. Alan Shearer did spend a lot of it in mid-table. Shearer had 2 career-threatening injuries and still ended up leaving Rooney 50-odd goals behind him. So, it's pretty fucking good.
No, as a goal scorer, as an out-and-out goal scorer, I don't think anybody. If we said, let's have a conversation about the best finisher ever in the Premier League.
Absolutely.
I think the answer there is Alan Shearer, and I don't think anybody's like other people will make a case for it. For me, the answer there is Alan Shearer, kind of without.
The thing about Aguero, Aguero's stats are a little, because of the team he's playing in versus Shearer's, if we are comparing them directly, not to knock Aguero's achievements because he's fucking amazing, but the whole minutes per game thing doesn't surprise me in the slightest because the amount of chances City create, even Raheem Sterling, who as a finisher to me, sometimes I just shake my head, he gets so many chances, even Sterling's stats look amazing, but if he was in any, you put those players in a team that are mid-table, those stats change dramatically, and yet Alan Shearer's didn't.
There was an amazing clip which demonstrates the point you're making about who Alan Shearer had for company compared to say.
Oh yes.
It's an amazing. It's very funny, and he's not.
Micah Richards?
Yeah. So it's Micah Richards and Alan Shearer. Have you seen this clip? It's superb actually. It's really great TV. And Alan Shearer is saying the best midfielders that he ever played with, top 3 midfielders he ever played with, and Micah Richards is saying the top 3 midfielders that he ever played with at Man City. Well, in his career, and the whole team on the camera are laughing. Shearer is crying. He's laughing so.
Yeah, was it Tim Sherwood or someone?
Yeah, because Micah Richards goes Patrick Vieira, David Silva, and someone, and Yaya Toure,
with Vieira,
and Yaya Toure, and Yaya Toure. The players that he played with, right? So he's going, and then they go to Alan Shearer, and they're all laughing. And Shearer goes, Rob Lee, Tim Sherwood, and it's like
Nobby Fofana,
Stuart Wrigley, yes, whoever. And but that does demonstrate, like the fact that
other professionals are kind of laughing
And
at the company.
he
cheering
sort of
for people.
sacrificed that though. Like Shearer will never sort of win these conversations, I guess, because he chose to stay at Newcastle. You could have one of those players out of the three in their prime. Who are you picking?
Yeah. If it were for this current Chelsea team, it'd be Alan Shearer because he'd score 100. But in terms of who I think is a better all-round player, it's Wayne Rooney.
I was going to say Wayne Rooney, and then Adam's brought all these stats for his best ever.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve it.
I mean, I don't need stats to say how good Aguero was. I still admit that Rooney's a better all-round player. But the fact he's done that, I'm saying Aguero.
Can you imagine Adam last night doing revision?
He's got 10,000 words.
This explains why he's beating us at poker.
Yeah,
The Sky
he's
does
got
his homework.
revision. Yeah.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
I beat you at poker because it's easy, but
I would say, I actually think I take Neymar.
Yeah.
oh, those guys. Now, I think if you were to ask any football manager in the world, 99% of them say Rooney.
No, absolutely.
right,
yeah. Jurgen, I mean, you know what? Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp probably says Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, I think everyone says Rooney. He was just something else.
Because it's work rate as well, isn't it? I think that's the other aspect is the work rate of Wayne Rooney is work rate of Wayne Rooney is absolutely it's
Want to know something funny? I remember going back to the Rooney story of the start of his career. I used to listen to TalkSport when I was like a kid, playing on my PlayStation and stuff. And you know Mike Parry, Morty Parry, at the start of that season.
Have you seen his cinnamon challenge?
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like he's an old school TalkSport guy, but obviously he's been on the radio for years, and you know he says a lot of silly things. But he was on the radio, and I'll remember it specifically. Him going, Everton have got this young kid. He goes, get your money on him to score 5 or 10 goals this season. He's going to be world class. His name's Wayne Rooney, and I remember at the time thinking, Wayne Rooney, that's the weirdest name I've ever heard, because it does sound a bit like strange at the time, like you'd never, because who was called Wayne anymore?
Especially
like
when all the footballers at that particular time were called like Gianfranco.
and the blokes were called Les.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It was a bit of a strange one. I was like, Rooney, I've never heard anyone call that before. And then when he burst on the scene, I was like, oh fuck, he was.
I still remember watching the highlights on, because it was when ITV had the Premier League coverage.
It's on at half 7. Yeah, it's on at half 7. Yeah.
But he banged that goal in the top
that
one
one against
Arsenal.
Seaman, wasn't it? But do you know what?
Hey, speaking of which, there's a great video online at the moment.
There was another thing that I heard recently on the radio, which I thought was great, talking about Wayne Rooney, and they had Kevin Campbell. Remember he played for Everton?
Oh yeah, he was the first choice striker that season.
They had Kevin Campbell on the radio, and he was coming back from injury, and he told the story really brilliantly. I was laughing my head off, and they said to him like, we're going to put you in the reserves. He's like, okay, yeah, I'm sorry to Kevin Campbell, you're going to have a reserve game because you come back from injury before you can play for the first team again. He's like, all right. And they went, just to let you know, you're going to be playing up front with someone who you might not be aware of. He's like, okay, what? Who? He went, he's 14. Kevin Campbell's gone, no, this is mockery. I'm centre forward for the club. Like, what are you doing? I've just been playing with Ian Wright. I've just been playing with Ian Wright. You're not playing me up front with a 14-year-old. It's disrespectful. Eventually, the game has happened. He's played up front with a 14-year-old. Kevin Campbell went, probably the best striker I've ever played with. It's unbelievable. He's like 14 years old. Bullying defenders and carrying the ball and playing with his back to goal and feeding Kevin Campbell. It's unbelievable.
He was on the scene. I think it was the FA Youth Cup a few years before that, or a year, the same season just before he scored that goal against Arsenal. I think everyone already wanted him. Fergie already wanted him before that goal. And it was Newcastle who prompted United to get him.
Bobby Robson went in and put the money in 30 million or whatever it was for him, and then Man United went
25.
Right, we'll be having him. I remember it was the only time a footballer in my memory has ever had that Mike Tyson feel of like unpredictability. Like I remember making a point of trying to watch every single Everton game that he was playing. I remember he scored a goal against Leeds. Where he came on.
When he rolled
it wasn't long after.
James Milner beat his record that year, didn't he?
Against Chelsea, Milner's goal.
It wasn't long after he scored the goal against Arsenal that he scored another amazing goal where he just knocks it onto his right foot and bottom corners it, and it was like, fucking hell, I feel like I want to watch every single minute of this game.
And
cut
Ronaldo was doing step overs in the corner, and I was sat right behind right by the dugout, so I was alongside it, and Ronaldo was doing step overs there. I think we were winning a couple of minutes left. And Rooney just got, just flew through, took him clean out. And at the end of the crowd was like, fucking fly your
are looking at the undisputed greatest middleweight in the...
Basically a goal. And just shoot it again, bro. It's coming back to you. Alright, let me hit it. Are you being serious right now? No, you're actually pissing me off, man. Just let the ball go. You're not even the goalkeeper, you're the ball Yo guys, it is your boy Niran here, and you are watching FTW. This, of course, the series where it brings you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer during the last 7 days. What's been kicking off in the world this week? Well, it was a week that saw the US Mega Bowl take place, with the Los Angeles Rams taking victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. In the pre-game build-up, and somebody turned The Rock into an actual statue, which makes sense, to be fair, given the material that he's made out of. One fan at the stadium was not even willing to be distracted here, but it did make me think, what if there was a UK version? Imagine the pundits after a 47th stoppage in 6 minutes.
Honestly, it's embarrassing.
The halftime show would literally be NSG and Tion Wayne, with a special appearance from one football though to another now, as the Champions League returned for the last 16 stages. Fans around the world were transfixed as time appeared to stand still on its return. No, never mind, that's just The Rock being a statue again. Can someone please help this man out? Absolutely no work was getting done whatsoever in lectures, and the big game distracting everyone came as 13-time winners Real Madrid faced off against one of this season's favourites, PSG, at the Parc de France. Now, with Kylian Mbappe linked with a summer Bernabeu move, speculation over just how he'd perform in this one was high. But in actuality, it was his individual brilliance in the 94th minute that won it for PSG, doing his future team dirty. It's a win now, but at what cost? He's going to be finished when he first arrived to Real Madrid training. Maybe this is a negotiation tactic, you know. Now he can ask for an extra £310,000 per week in wages because he performs on the big stages for the Real's transfer team will feel aggrieved here. I've been there since day one. This is the biggest betrayal this week since Phil Carter here dating his daughter's friend. She called her own bag of nonce and you know it. On a serious note, how are you allowing your mum to be the same age as you? She's gonna tell you back in my day stories. They're from 3 days ago. There was excitement for Parisians as Neymar returned to training. Someone clearly got a little bit too excited about that last story. Most agreed that Real, though, is going to be Danny Carvajal. Mbappe has this man on toast, on bread, on yeast, you name it. He got smoked, and he has asthma. There's absolutely no way the coaches of Real are letting this man back into the process.
Open the door. Open the door. Hey, open the door.
Meanwhile, there was a surprise and rare return for Gareth Bale. I genuinely forgot this man even existed. Right, boss, what you need from me? I can't even buy it, honestly. I don't know who you are. Carlo Ancelotti was really expecting him to drive at PSG's defence because he can drive on a goal for him and Hazard on the same pitch. Was it testimonial or something? It might have been Valentine's week, but there was no love lost from had the Ronaldo score on the Old Trafford screen and proceeded to slap one top bins against Brighton. Liverpool were victorious 2-0 at the San Siro after beating Inter Milan. Mo Salah took a break from slapping his knee out online to scoring this one. He had to make a pretty swift escape from the Snapchat police. Now the three of them. Great to see Mo on the score sheet. Firmino scoring as well off the bench. And it was really the substitutes that made the difference in this one. The likes of Henderson and Luis Diaz as well, who was actually saved for the Burnley game in the league because Jurgen Klopp genuinely did not want him to have to experience playing against Burnley so early in his Liverpool career. But Lukaku must have been gutted with the result in this one. But at least Joel Matip seemed pretty pleased after our first goal. You touch me again, I swear to the heavens. Man City made light work of Sporting Lisbon, slapping them 5-0 elsewhere. This one was 4-0 before half-time as Pep's side ran rampant in Portugal. Could argue it wasn't very sporty of them. If you're training 5-0 here, you just don't bother turning up for the second leg. Save the travel expenses. In my opinion, they should be forced to play the second leg in the Europa League after losing this heavily. City? Nah, mate, you're playing an absolute split next week. But after all this, and we know what Pep Guardiola is going to say in his post-match interview. Look, I know we won the game 5-0, but this might be the greatest team that I have ever faced in my life. The fact we scored so many is testament to how much of an advantage we think we need in the second leg. He's actually the guy that comes out of an exam saying he's done terrible and gets 104% in it. I don't even know how you get the extra 4%. He's just annoyed. He goes to the barbers even though there's nothing to shave. You ain't got no hair! No. If I'm him, I'm sitting down as steward and teaching him what to do so I don't have to turn up for the second leg. They're basically through. So Pep, now is your time to try the 6-1-3 formation. 4 inverted wing backs. In the Premier League, and times are top for Tottenham, who lost 2-0 to Wolves. It means they were 7th in the league, played 3 games in hand, and now they're 8th. There is simply no way that Antonio Conte is enjoying himself there. Walking into the changing room and seeing Davinson Sanchez daily has to be giving him diabetes. Even the players know what to expect now. Dejan Kulusevski, upon signing for Spurs, said he loves suffering. You've come to the right place, son. And as for their other January signing, Rodrigo Bentancur, at United, and before their win against Brighton, they took their 4 points to Southampton. Harry Maguire was ripped again, this time by Armando Broja. What even is this option, man? What's going on? £80 million for an air conditioning unit is actually wild. No, I'm sorry, it still has to be money laundering. Though it's probably only the second dodgiest cash handed over in recent times. Luke Shaw's another one. He's completely been out. Roberto Carlos is not commenting on your Insta anymore. No one's playing Fred for anything in time. That's how bad the rest of the team are. Even Ronaldo Jr. knows the story. The players don't seem too keen on Ralph Rangnick either, allegedly comparing him to a Ted Lasso character according to a leak of blood. I mean, maybe they've got a point. The guy hasn't been talking the offside rule. Arsenal also faced off in Premier League action against Wolves this week, but unlike their North London rivals, they were victorious. The main story in this one, though, was a peculiar red card for Gabriel Martinelli, who was booked twice in the space of 2 minutes. This no more red campaign is not being taken seriously by anybody. It's the unique way in which Arsenal are getting red cards as well. Granit Xhaka could walk into Sainsbury's next week, and Mike Oliver was given a second yellow. What's Mikel Arteta even trained these lot? Oh God, not again. Kurt Zuma's still at the centre of controversy for attempting to top bins his cat. Graham Souness has had his say on the matter. The cat hasn't given away a dubious penalty, Graham. This is animal abuse that actually missed West Ham's most recent game to illness, mentally. Chelsea weren't in action yesterday as they were away to the Club World Cup, victory in the final over Palmeiras. Romelu Lukaku was pleased with the changing rooms. But I'm not surprised that he was back. £100 million was bought in the dance moves of a 57-year-old goalkeeper. Kai Havertz was the man who scored the winner from the spot late in extra time. There was some genius from Cesar Azpilicueta, who grabbed the ball, ready to take the penalty, and absorbed all manner of abuse from Palmeiras players. He dead up football, what happened? You're right now, the defender taking it on. It's like 57 points on Scrabble, bro. Allow it. Back at Cobham, and Towel has got a new party trick. Imagine Lukaku trying this. Speaking of returnees from abroad, Czech Boyate is back at Crystal Palace training after winning African nominations. He received the guard of honour from his teammates. But Newcastle and Bruno Pilares seem to be struggling learning English, and they barely speak it up in Newcastle anyway, so I wouldn't worry. Over in Germany now, and there's only one way to stop Julian Brandt, and that's Commoner's song. The shirt's gonna look like it's from Balenciaga by full time. There's news on plans to reform the Bundesliga in order to prevent it from becoming a one-team-dominated league. We've got the notes that they've written down from the first meeting here. Or alternatively, they can just make them play Bolton every week, as they lost 4-2 to the mid-table side. At least Nagelsmann's not too concerned. Meanwhile, in the second tier, and Hamburg tweeted, "We love Dick in Hamburg." It's the public sphere. In Spain and Barcelona have been absolutely rinsed by Zenit for not being in the Champions League. It's a Schauser award for the Russian side. They rescued a point late on in the league versus Espanyol this week. But as I'm sure I already bullying people here, give me your lunch money right now. I'm 28, I don't even have lunch money. Espanyol midfielder Sergi Darder hit them with a Sue and a new camp as well. And youngster Ricky Cruz was stopped by Barca fans for him to sign a live gig. This is not a beer, this was a one to explain to the wife when you leave the house. Listen, just don't ask questions. I think there were scenes in Portugal when Porto faced off against Sporting. The stats of the game were ridiculous. Apparently the ball was barely active whatsoever. The sheer amount of fouls and stoppages. And then it ended with a massive brawl. Even the photographers were on smoke. The photos from this game would be absolutely mental. Elsewhere in Portugal, Ricardo Quaresma was not pleased with time-wasting techniques from the opposition, and so he took matters into his own hands. And in France, massive shout to the side, or a fourth-tier side, who somehow managed to make it to the semi-finals of the Coupe de France. They face OGC Nice in March, so I'll be wishing them luck. Over in Italy, and Alvaro Odriozola is dreaming big, but it's actually quite small if we zoom in. But we want ex-Serie A star Francesco Flacci returned to Italian football at age 46 after serving a 12-year ban for cocaine use. This is his first game back professionally, and he played in the 5th tier for season 1914. So there you have it, folks. If you want to prolong your footballing career, just snort some luck. Now though, time for your goals of the week, and there's 2 of them this time around. First of all, over in Australia, where Macarthur FC were looking for an equaliser, step forward Englishman Craig New with an outrageous outburst of a ball volley. And our second goal comes from Paraguay. Seen quite a few of these recently, but it's yet another halfway line beauty. Over on Twitter, and Sergio Aguero is always happy to receive fan mail. And up in Scotland, kids have a very traditional motto: if in doubt,
She was absolutely leathered that early.
Was there really any need? You probably knocked out a fan in the crowd. Hello all, and welcome to the beautiful game. The segment where we take a look at the creative and real side of the game that we love. We are back right on the EX more glorious beauty. And that concludes the beautiful game. Close to home, and Jack Grealish has arrived with a new look. It looks like he watches Loose Women in 3D. This picture is him walking towards his Range Rover after a heated argument with another school bum. It's Jack Grealish's account. Wigan versus Sheffield Wednesday now. We've seen a lot of dog pitch invaders, but not many feline ones. Somebody intercept Kurt Zuma before he arrives on the field. And at Port Vale, why sugarcoat your team's performance when you can just say this?
Would it your general thoughts on first performance? Absolute garbage.
In Turkey, and the temperature must be about negative 34 degrees, so this poor goalkeeper is suffering. Where are they playing away at? Within Lapland. Over in the CONCACAF Champions League now, we've got a back pass being ruled as offside.
The auto is running out, and the flag is at range.
Philly fans have realised that they can't trust their linesmen, so they're doing the job in the crowd as well. We've got some very choice words from one elderly football fan after a celebration she didn't enjoy. where Universitario the Super goalkeeper, Broom, scored an unbelievable free kick to win his side the game 4-3. In Argentina and the bubbles over there really fight back. Meanwhile in Colombia, we've got some absolutely outstanding action here. First of all, a goalkeeper making a mistake, then the striker with the goal at his mercy. That was so the moment we've all been waiting for, because over in Romania, thankfully I can confirm we are back to our normal schedule as far as Romanian football antics are concerned, because this little nation has been very busy recently. First of all, there was a big old derby between two Craiova sides. Literally, they're both called Craiova. One's a penal club of Quebec. It's a very it was the first time the new club and the old club have played each other. The game had to be suspended at one point because fans brought fireworks into the stadium. And the game between Benny and Argent got probably the worst own goal that's not going to get given. And the goalkeeper places the ball onto the floor, hits it against his own defender. Because the ball was moving at the time of pre-consultation, the referee perfectly ruled it out. 1-3, and the quality of goals there are much better in fairness. And if you thought that was bad, check out this under-20s own goal from in Nicaragua. In Macedonia, one midfielder's tackle on the halfway line accidentally resulted in a goal. And the Ugandan was winning the time. Referee Shamara Nabana was fed up with one of the coaches complaining on the front line and physically held for their goal with a whistle over to the gaffer. Lucky that the yellow card as well. Starting with a move that featured Holland